unsealed yet. Why is that? Have you been able
I have not personally seen the search warrant. I have not.
Why?
But our county attorney has viewed it.
Okay, and what has he said, if anything?
She.
Well, excuse me, I apologize.
Yeah.
What has she said, if anything?
It appears to be legitimate. The way this happened seems to be a little strange, a little unusual. That's all I can say at this point in time.
And this really isn't the correct forum, because this will be a matter that will go to court, that will be in the courts, and that's where Fulton County will raise its concerns at that time.
How concerned are you voter information will be compromised?
Well, as the chairman said, the process was different than what we expected, but we will raise that. As I said, this is not the forum for that.
Do you fear that the administration will use this information to interfere with the midterms?
I have no comment.
As far as scale, can you talk about the number of boxes that have been put on the truck?
Yes, I can. And what you should know is that we were already in court with regard to the materials from the 2020 elections. And there, Judge McBurney in Fulton County Superior Court had scheduled a February 9th hearing where we were doing a transfer of all of those records to the parties involved, but we thought it was going to be an orderly transfer.
Okay, so we've been listening to Rob Pitts, chairman of the Fulton County Board of Commissioners, and Sherry Allen, who's speaking there, chairperson of Fulton County Elections Board. And they're just kind of outlining, you know, what happened yesterday. But the thing is, we're expected to hear more in just a few minutes. You can see the podium is set. The mics are ready to go. We're just waiting on them to get things going. And we will hear from Fulton County officials more on this FBI raid at the election hub in Fulton County. So be sure to stay close, because we're keeping our eyes on that for you. Also keeping our eyes on whether or not it's going to snow this weekend. Of course, that's the big question. We're checking in with our meteorologist, Jonathan Stacy, next. Welcome back, everyone. Okay, if you've been watching, you know we've been asking the question, will it snow this weekend? It's what folks want to know. So let's check in with our meteorologist, Jonathan Stacy, who is joining us now. What do you see, Jonathan?
That need answers. So let's go ahead and see if I can make sense of what is another run-in with winter that is expected to happen this weekend. So all counties that you see here shaded in blue are under a winter storm watch. There is the potential and the real possibility that this watch will be extended farther to the west to include portions of the metro area and the north central Georgia mountains. So if you're under the watch here, that's Hall County going all the way up to Rabun County, including Clark County. county seat there, Athens, all the way as far to the west there as even Greene County. So up 2 inches of snowfall is possible, maybe even more. Wind gusts up to 35 miles an hour, and then single-digit wind chills, especially after the snow pulls out of here. So that winter storm warning in effect until Sunday morning, with the brunt of the snowfall happening Sunday or Saturday morning going through Saturday afternoon. Once again, Blairsville, Dahlonega, Gainesville, Athens, Toccoa, all under this particular storm watch. So let's talk about the timing of all this energy. Look at this area of low pressure. It peruses right on over the deep south, and then we're going to send it back to you, Elise, because I hear you have some updates.
We do. All right, let's check in with Fulton County, see what they have to say about that FBI raid.
I want to be crystal clear. Fulton County has been targeted for years because I stood up to Donald Trump's big lie and refused to bend to pressure.
You can barely hear it.
In 2020, I told him and others, including then Congresswoman Marjorie Taylor Greene, then Congressman Matt Gaetz, and the president himself, to stay the hell out of Fulton County. I meant it then, and I mean it today. Every audit, every recount, every court ruling has confirmed what we, the people of Fulton County, already knew. Our elections were fair and accurate, and every legal vote was counted. These ongoing efforts are about intimidation and distraction, not facts. I will always stand with our voters, our election workers, and most importantly, the truth. As you all know by now, yesterday, shortly after noon, until around 9 o'clock last night, the FBI made a surprise execution of a criminal search warrant at the Fulton County Elections Hub. Now today, I want to speak directly to Fulton County voters as your chairman. Some people have asked, and are still asking, why didn't you turn over the records? Why didn't you fight? Number one, let me be, again, crystal clear. There is a fight. Fulton County is now, has been, and always will be committed to upholding the law, no matter what anyone else does. Our attorneys carefully reviewed the search warrant and advised me and others that it was in the best interest of Fulton County to comply, which we did. Secondly, one of the strangest things about this case is these records were the subject of active litigation and, quite frankly, were likely to be unsealed and turned over in a matter of weeks. All he had to do was ask the judge to do so, but albeit in a much more orderly manner. We in Fulton County have nothing to hide. And finally, and most importantly, this is by no means over. This is by no means over. And we're grateful for everyone around the country who is in this fight with us. And they're with us from every corner of this great nation. Any honest review of these files will show what every previous review has shown. Fulton County elections are fair and lawful, and the outcome of the 2020 election will not change, period. Let me talk about voter protections. Now, we do not know where our election records have been taken or what will happen to them now that they are out of our control. While they were here, they were safe and they secure. Once they left Fulton County, our election center, I don't know where they are. I don't know who has them. I don't know what they're doing with them. We can no longer be held responsible for those ballots and other data that was seized yesterday. But what I'm hoping that we will stand together to ensure that no data is ever weaponized. Poll worker protection. After the 2020 elections, Fulton County poll workers endured brutal and targeted harassment. And now it is imperative that data from the 2020 election not be used to further harass our poll workers who have already endured so much. Fast forward, this year, 2026 elections. This week's activities show that Fulton County is still much a target, and I'm told that I am personally a target. I'm a big boy. Now, while we've grown accustomed to name-calling and rhetoric, we will not give 1 inch to those who seek to take control of our elections. Now, hear what I just said. We will not give 1 inch to those who seek to take control of elections in Fulton County. Not today, not tomorrow, not ever. We're going to fight this in court with every resource that we have. And again, I'm very grateful to the support that is coming to us from around the country. Time and time again, the law has been on our side. And the greatest legal minds in the country agree it will be once again. I want to thank the local and national legal communities for their overwhelming support to us in this moment in the history of Fulton County, Georgia. Thank you.
I just want to say that Fulton County's Department of Registration and Elections has continued and will continue to maintain efficient, transparent, and accurate elections and election results. Our duty is to the voters and to the county voters, the electorate that goes out. We do not care what their political position is. We are there to make sure that they have an efficient process, that the process is fair, that the results are accurately and transparently reported. And that's what we will continue to do. We won't take our eye off the ball. We are continuing to focus on the 2026 election and those coming up, and Fulton County will stand strong. As the chairman said, poll workers have been targeted. We sometimes have difficulty recruiting poll workers because they are concerned about being subject to abuse. And I just want to thank the department and all of the staff that worked tirelessly yesterday until 9 o'clock at night and fully complied with the FBI. Even if we were surprised, we were able to efficiently comply, to discuss, and to make sure that what they were requesting, we complied with. Do we have concerns about the process? Are we concerned about the material, about voter information, and what will happen to personal, private information of voters? Of course we are, but that was out of our hands yesterday. We, like the chairman said, we will continue to be vigilant. We have a policy in Fulton County, if you see something, say something, so that voters know when they go to the polls that if anything goes awry, that someone will be reporting it, and we ourselves make sure that we report and tell anything that happens that's major, and we did that just a couple of months ago. So Fulton County will remain strong. We won't take our eye off the ball, and we thank those who are supporting us, and we hope that you all will continue to be vigilant and to not be subject to misinformation that may come out, because as the chairman said, we don't know how the information will be used. Thank you.
Thank you. We can take a couple questions. We'll start here and then we'll work our way up. Yes, go ahead.
Quick question. So to that point, what sort of posture are you guys taking, like on a granular level, detailing like how voters can make sure that their information is safe, and how confident should voters be heading into the 2026 race that their votes are information?
When you say what are we, you mean as moving forward, what do we do? We always maintain voter maintenance rules, and you know in Georgia they have where that people who may be subject to stalking and things like that, that their information is safe as well. And so we try to make sure that it's not disseminated, although the public is able to get voter information. It goes from the Secretary of State in order to make sure that people's information is protected, because they are in the best position to do that, not each county. And so that's what we do. Yesterday, with all of the information going and us not knowing exactly how it will be used, that had private voter information in it as well.
Mr. Chairman, you said that this is by no means over. Can you talk about what steps Fulton County is going to take next?
Well, I don't want to disclose what our legal strategy is, but we will be fighting with every inch of our body, with every resource that we have. We have great counsel. We'll have outside counsel working with her. And everyone has told us that we will prevail in the final analysis.
Chairman, can you talk
Excuse me one second. I'm just going to grab this.
Sorry, I'm ready to repeat your question.
Sorry, I have a series of questions. My first question, thank you, Jessica. Chairman Pitts, good morning. Thank you for doing this. You said that you were told that you're personally a target. Do you mean you're personally a target of this criminal investigation?
Not the criminal investigation, because of being outspoken and because I've talked about and refuted the lies that have been told about our elections in 2020. That's why I'm on the hit list. That's probably why I was disinvited to the White House, as you'll recall.
Okay, so the DOJ has not informed.
I have not received anything yet. I have not.
Who do you think the target of this investigation is?
I have no idea.
What do you think the likelihood is that the state election board will try to use some of the information they've gathered as a pretext for taking over Fulton County's election systems?
I think that's a great question, and when I said what I said, one of my remarks was that's what I'm concerned about. It wasn't about yesterday. I think it's about something else that has not been revealed yet. So just stay tuned. We're ready.
Richard, Elliot also had a sorry.
Richard, just shut it out. One.
Two quick questions. Have you seen yet an unsealed warrant as to who or what the target of the criminal investigation is?
I have not.
No, we saw that it is under seal, but we have not seen it.
Because we understand that it may be that Fulton County is not the target of a criminal investigation, that another entity may be, but it may encompass.
We have no idea. Nothing was explained to us, and it was difficult even getting a copy of the warrant.
Do you believe that this is part of a criminal investigation, or is this part of something else we've seen in other states? Some critics, some opponents have said this is intimidation for voters for midterms and elections moving forward.
I don't want to speculate, but I have heard that, and I have heard that it will not just stop here. There's an issue about voter maintenance rolls and whether or not the federal government should receive those, so I don't know.
Actually, there is a debate going on right now in the Georgia Senate for a resolution to urge the Secretary of State to turn over Georgia voter rolls, including Social Security.
And the Secretary of State has turned over what, according to the law, from what I understand, was allowable.
And Director Allen, do you know exactly how many records roughly were taken yesterday, or how many boxes?
700 boxes, and the reason I know that is because this case was already the subject of litigation, and it was in Superior Court, and so on February 9th was the date that we were scheduled to go in to talk about how everything would be transferred over. We wanted to make sure that we had transferred everything, and this was with the state, and the state would have been present as well, so it wouldn't be something that we just handed them. Everyone would have been in where the records were kept, and the copies would have been made, and everyone would have seen that. That's not what happened yesterday. So we know that all the boxes were taken, and we know that according to our count, we had been working with our attorneys to make sure that we had accurately determined what the information was electronically and in documents, and it was 700 boxes.
Chairman, you mentioned that you guys made a strategic decision yesterday to comply
with allowing the FBI to take these documents. I see the county attorney here, and I know that you guys have a legal strategy. By complying, does that limit what you can do legally to retrieve those documents, to get them back, to have a better understanding of what they're going to use them for?
I don't know the answer to that, but by comply, I meant that when we received a call shortly afternoon, I conferred with the county attorney. We went to the elections hub to make sure, first and foremost, that our employees were safe, but then to make sure that we're complying with whatever the FBI was requesting. And in fact, I was not even allowed where they were. I could peek in, but I wasn't even allowed in the area to see what they were taking.
And that was the case with everyone, that we did have someone from the department who knew what the records were, and a couple of people, but I was allowed in to discuss with them and trying to negotiate a reasonable way to transfer documents and for us to maintain copies, but that wasn't allowed.
Some critics of the execution of this warrant have expressed concerns about the security of the ballots and the information, and that the information wouldn't be reviewed fairly. Do you share any of those same concerns?
Absolutely. I mean, as long as those documents were here in Fulton County, in our elections hub, under our care, I was confident that they were safe and secure. Once they left that facility last night in those FBI trucks, I don't know where they are now. I don't know who has them. I don't know what they're doing with them. Are they opening the boxes? Are they stuffing other ballots in there? I have no clue. I can use my imagination.
I think Keelan had questions.
Yes, going back to saying you could be a target, are you guys concerned that the administration may target officials like yourself and potentially arrest them?
I mean, I guess everything is a possibility. When I say that, I've been told that that's the case. If it is the case, I mean, that goes with the job. This is a full-time job for me. I'm the spokesperson for Fulton County. I'm the face of the county. I take that responsibility seriously. And if it comes to that, so be it. We have done everything right. We've complied with the law. We will continue to comply with the law. And as far as future elections, I can guarantee the public that our elections will always be open, fair, and transparent, and every legal vote will be counted.
And I'd like to note that we have conducted 17 elections since 2020. 17 that we have conducted in Fulton County without incident, without any major problems, and we will continue to do so.
Guys, thank you so much for being here. Appreciate it. I'm sorry, one last question. Since our grant you got covered at second track.
We've been listening there to Rob Pitts and Sherry Allen, just kind of detailing what happened yesterday. So to quickly recap what we know about this, the FBI conducted a raid there at the Fulton County election facility, and they took the ballots that were from the 2020 election. And according to what Rob Pitts was saying, also quite a bit of data as well. So what I took away from what he was saying, I mean, there was a lot there. But one of the things he mentioned is that, you know, while the ballots were under their roof and the information, it was secure. He's saying he has no idea what's going to happen from there now that it's in the hands of the federal government. He also talked about poll worker protection. He's concerned that what was taken and what may be released is something that could continue to hurt them, that he doesn't want them to be harassed. And he said this about it. He said, quote, "We'll fight this in court with every resource that we have." So certainly some fighting words from Rob Pitts. We certainly have not heard the end of this. But yes, a big raid happening in Election County over those 2020 election documents. Okay, 11:43 now. So we've been talking all show about snow. Is it going to snow this weekend? We're going to check in once again with meteorologist Jonathan Stacy to try to get some answers next. Welcome back. 11:46. Okay, we've been keeping Jonathan Stacy on standby here because you've got the info that we all want, Jonathan.
And the big question for the weekend is, are we going to get some snow? Yeah. Well, it depends on where the R's are located. So wherever you're at, you likely are going to have your snow chances that basically line up based on your location. So what you're seeing here, which we're not going to dig into the weeds in this, we'll have more coming up here on the stream throughout our noon newscast. But you see this pulls through Saturday morning. So it's the hours between 3 a.m. and about 3 p.m. on Saturday, in which our eastern zones definitely will get snow. It is still undecided how much snow we could get here in the Atlanta metro area. Okay. Now, all models are saying we're going to get something. Some models are saying a coating. Other models are going up over an inch of snowfall. So we know that's a big difference between 1/10 of an inch or 1/4 of an inch all the way up to an inch. Keep in mind it's Saturday morning, so the impacts will be, I'm not going to say there will be no impacts, but they'll be few and far in between. So keep that in mind. It's Saturday morning between 3 a.m. and 3 p.m. going into the early afternoon. And then I think as we get into the second half of the day, that if anyone is still getting snow in North Georgia, it's going to be those counties that border South Carolina and North Carolina.
Okay.
By the time the day's over, the temperature just plummets. Temperatures will obviously be below freezing as it's snowing, but they don't come back up until Monday afternoon. So there is an antecedent issue of pipes freezing as a result of that, or anyone who is without a home or trying to do something outside for an extended period of time. It is critical that you make sure you have the proper protection, or that you have changed your plans around or found accommodations to definitely handle what is going to be another run-in with winter, and it all starts tomorrow night.
All starts tomorrow night, so you're saying there's a chance.
There's
still a chance.
There's a significant chance.
Keeping your eye on, of course, meteorologist Jonathan Stacy. We sure appreciate you.
Indeed.
Jonathan, thank you so much. All right. It's 11:48 as we take a look now. Looks like downtown Atlanta. Also looks like our camera needs to be cleaned off just a little bit, a bit fuzzy as we look there. But let's see. Are we going to check in with Eli now? I think we are. Okay, so during Heart Month, which is in February, so just right around the corner, Fortnite players are stepping in with a story-driven experience for pediatric heart transplant research. So to tell us a little bit more about it, our Eli Jordan is live for us with a look at what's going to be going on. Hey, Eli, good to see you.
Hey, good morning, Elise. Yeah, I mean, it's really cool what they're doing down here at Skillshot up in Buckhead, and also Ghost Gaming. They have teamed up with Enduring Hearts to put a side quest in Fortnite. Fortnite has 100 million players a month. That's 8 zeros. That's a lot of people, and that's a good way to get your message out. And they put in a side quest, teamed up with Enduring Hearts, to where you can go and help Alice find a heart transplant. And just talk with me more about it is Todd Harris, who is the CEO of is the CEO of Skillshot, and I have Linda Lee here. And but Todd, tell me, what have you guys done here?
Yeah, it's pretty cool. So like you said, Fortnite, you have 100 million people a month playing, and sometimes there's a stigma about video games, but we believe in gaming for good. And so our team at Ghost Gaming has been working on a brand new game called Super Pet World. You can play that today, and what we're looking at today is a sneak peek of a special side quest for players where they learn about the amazing work done from our nonprofit partner Enduring Hearts. People, they like playing a role in these video games. They're used to getting rewards and going on quests and having an adventure, but within this fantasy world, they stumble upon this young girl, Alice, in a hospital bed who needs a new heart. And the player, through this empathy quest, they're not just having fun, they're learning about this important work that is done around pediatric heart research.
Real quick, Linda,
yes.
Why was this important for you guys to get this message out?
Yeah, it's really important. The general public typically doesn't have a way to know what this journey truly looks like for a child who's in need of a heart transplant. And there's this myth that once you get your transplant, the journey is over, when in fact the journey is just beginning. It's just a new one. Now it's the rejection medications. It's the ongoing challenges of having another heart in your body. But our goal at Enduring Hearts is to make sure that one transplant lasts a lifetime. And our research is critical critical to making sure this happens. There's tremendous innovation, and we're just so excited for the collaboration with Skillshot Media and Ghost Gaming to bring this to life to over 100 million gamers a month, and to raise awareness about this journey and the efforts of Enduring Hearts and how critical this pediatric heart transplant research is that we do across the country and around the world.
So this is launching tomorrow for Heart Month, correct?
Yes, it's for Heart Month, and then we will roll right into our 11th annual Bourbon Gala, which we're very well known for in Atlanta. It's our signature event, and we have people flying from all over the country. So this is perfect timing coming out of Heart Month and going into our big signature event here in Atlanta.
And Todd, I mean, if people are playing and they want to find this, they can find this in Super Pet World, right?
Yeah, they can boot up Fortnite. It's free on their PC, their mobile phone, their Xbox. They type in Super Pet World. They will have an awesome time collecting pets, and now this empathy side quest to learn about this important work.
And this just runs through February, so you can just, I guess, get on it and get your, do what you can and get your quest
Start tomorrow. It turns on this weekend. Limited time for February, Heart Awareness Month. We look forward to meeting you guys in game.
Awesome. Well, thanks, guys. And Elise, that's what's going on here. They are launching this game inside Super Pet World tomorrow and runs through February Heart Month. You can help Alice out with a quest.
All for a good
Elise?
cause, too. Yeah, glad to know about this. Eli, thanks for showing us around that. We appreciate it. All right, well, now a great organization, I want to share this with you, is partnering up with Atlanta Dog Mom, and it's to launch a free pet food vending machine, among other things. So our Chris Rosenthal is joining us live with what they're doing, and this sounds like this can help out a lot of families.
Yeah, hey, good morning. Yeah, I am at the community market on Edgewood here, and I'm with the Atlanta Dog Mom. They have a, this is a really cool new vending machine that they have here. This is, and this is Ebony here, by the way, with Atlanta Dog Mom. She's standing in front of the vending machine. This is free dog food, pet food here for people. They can come here and check out free pet food. But this is for a good cause and for a good need. And tell me about the need that we have here. This is more than just about free pet food.
Absolutely. It's about keeping families together. So, of course, there's always a struggle going on with like shelters and rescues, but particularly in this economy with everything we've gotten going on, there's a high influx of people having to take their pets to shelters because they're laid off or they're unemployed or maybe they don't have secure housing. And so it all just trickles down, and we're hoping that with our pet pantry, we can expand access to people who may be considering turning their pets over to a shelter. To be able to help them keep their pets at home and keep their families together.
Yeah, and I mean, this free food can be the difference between keeping your pet and and having to bring it into a shelter and cause more problems there. Show me how easy this is.
Sure. Yep. So this machine is open to anyone for any reason. You don't need any proof of income. You don't need to live in a certain zip code or anything like that. You can use any credit or debit card to unlock the machine. You'll just hit unlock now. And then I will just tap my phone. Oop. Hold on. Sorry, that showed my debit card. Tap your phone here. And then the machine unlocks.
And what kind of offerings are here for people?
Yeah, we've got dog food. We've got some with chicken, some without chicken. I know so many dogs have chicken allergies. We've got wet food. We've got cat food, and we even got treats that are good for dogs and cats. So they're great for on a budget.
And this is put up, you opened this up just before Martin Luther King Day.
Yes, sir.
So it's just been a few weeks, and what's the response been like?
It's been overwhelming. People really, really needed this resource. As you mentioned, we just opened on January 16th, and I think I had to come restock the machine on like January 20th. And even just being here in the Gooder Market, I see people come in, they're taking pictures of it, they're telling their friends, they're telling their family. There's a lot of seniors who live around here that have pets and they can walk over and get some food, especially people with limited income. So it's been a really high demand, and that makes me happy because I know the vending machine is in a place where it can reach the people who need it most.
And Goodr's been we were talking about this earlier, Goodr's really been helping you out. They've been giving you some warehouse space to store all of this food so that you can keep it restocked. This is your first one. You're going to do another one.
Yes, this is our very first machine, but definitely not our last. We're looking to expand these into underserved neighborhoods all across Metro Atlanta so that people can get the pet food they need without having to book an appointment or find a ride or make arrangements. We're hoping to get one in walking distance to a lot of people so that they can just get what they need anytime that they need it.
Wonderful. Ebony, thanks for joining us. This is a vending machine here, food vending machine, free at the community market on Edgewood, and more of these to come.
Yeah, well, this is pretty amazing to hear. I didn't know about this, and so I think this is something, it's good to hear folks are already taking advantage of it, but such a need for that. So Chris, thank you so much for introducing that to many of us. We appreciate you. All right, our time now is 11:56. Will do it for us. Thank you so much for being with us here on the live stream. Make sure you stick around for noon. We got more weather and lots more news headed your way. Take care.